we are not the teachers or the big carriers of wisdom up in front. You are. And we are going to make conversations, networking, and solutions possible throughout Techcamp.
You have decisions to make as to what training sessions you want to go to, who you want to speak to, what the topics are that are most important to you.
Jamie and I are going to read out statements. All you have to do is let your feet do the walking and the talking.
The World Food Program, we find is very, very timely and important for us to be working with the U.S. State Department and USAID on Techcamp and disaster risk reduction.
It's about communicating what some of the new innovations are, what some of the technologies are, and how we get these technologies and innovations to the communities.
We're not new to typhoons, definitely not. Our country is visited by over 24 typhoons, if I'm not mistaken, every year.
And right now, in these coming days, when we come together, what is it that we're trying to solve? Because unless we know what we're trying to solve, we won't be able to find an answer.
I think the Techcamp is an interesting and innovative way to gather people together, especially because it provides a venue for experts and practitioners in the field to talk to people who could benefit from the technology and from the expertise that we have in this room.
Lalo sir dun sa yung every 5 minutes, nagpapalit-palit ng topic. Yun, naging magandang ano rin yun. Magandang opportunities about sa amin na bawat topic na na-discuss sa bawat isa sa amin.
Para tayo nag-speed dating.
Actually, I'm very excited about this event because this is the first time that the LGUs where the problem lies and the supposedly technology provider solutions are here face-to-face discussing about the problem and the possible solution.
The important thing was that the networking I learned was as important as the technology.
I feel fortunate kasi bibihira yung mga local governments na nakaka-experience ng ganito. Ito yung mga venue na pwede mong i-brought up yung mga kailangan o yung mga problema namin na na-experience dun sa local level.
I think it's very timely that we're doing this to really prepare, especially the Philippines. Our country is very prone to typhoons and other natural calamities.
It's an opportunity for the NGOs to discover what's possible, what's out there, and for the technologists to understand that what they do can help people, help organizations in a way that they might not have realized before, to feel socially relevant in a new way.
You can take a look at all the other alternative modes and systems and tools that we can use to help us, to help this nation address disaster more responsibly.
Simplify it to just effective data gathering for disaster preparedness so that there is something that can be used.
Bottoms up tech menu. So it's a matchmaking app and a data gathering app, all in one.
The idea is the main app should have at least 3 basic elements, a baseline data tab, and then a separate interface, a disaster response tab. These will be combined in a third area, the data visualization, which will show immediately, ideally in a graph, just how much damage, of the people there have been affected or how much damage has been affected in that area.
Create a website for knowledge curation and sharing. Then populate the site with information.
Wherein we collect all these information from the different agencies and put them in one resource.
Through tracking of real-time relief distribution. So the donor will be informed, fulfilled, and willing to help again. We call this system the Readiness, Relief, and Reporting System, or
Project NOAA and PAGASA can improve their dissemination by adding more interactive content, like more visuals that are clickable in their websites.
How can crowdfunding again help this project? Number 1 is that you have to prepare your campaign materials, good videos. Number 2 is you build trust and excitement so you get early supporters even before you launch.
We should also have a watchdog for donations for disaster relief and recovery.
Indirectly, it will confront this lack of interest and knowledge of how to stay safe. Basically, we feel that games would be a good way to challenge this cultural problem because it's an engaging way to learn something, to get used to certain practices and habits, to a certain way of thinking, which will have the benefit of slowly knowing the right practices.
We in the World Food Program believe that this Techcamp is the right step to us doing what is good and right.
You all work tirelessly to improve the country's ability to mitigate, prepare for, and respond to disasters. And that kind of dedication is absolutely inspirational to all of us.
This is what all of you contribute today. A chance to change the way we do things for the better. One that brings out the best in what we can do as a people.